Bush's withdrawal from Vietnam, which was completed 32 years ago. To assess what Mr. Bush means and whether or not there is merit to his argument, we welcome a consistent critic of the war and its commander-in-chief, Tom Matzzie, the Washington director of MoveOn.org. Tom, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Tucker. Happy to be here.
I doubt the president's speech won you over.
No, not
That's
this
fair.
one.
Okay, good. I just want to get that assumption out of the way and have you verify it as true. But and it didn't win me over entirely either, and I don't think the purpose of American foreign policy is to ensure the well-being of people in other countries. I'm a libertarian. That's my view. But liberals historically have believed that was a chief aim of our foreign policy, was to avert humanitarian disaster, keep genocide from happening again in this world. It seems to me President Bush's point that if we pull out there's going to be humanitarian disaster is being ignored by the left, and I'm not sure why.
I think that's wrong. I mean, I think we need to look at this. George Bush just said Iraq is Vietnam. And Americans have to ask themselves if they want an endless war like we had in Vietnam that was just a complete disaster, or should we get out decisively in a way that we can refocus on protecting America?
I think probably make a fair point about whether it was a smart political or rhetorical move to compare this war to Vietnam, but there really is no debate about what happened when we pulled out of Vietnam. Hundreds of thousands of people were rounded up and killed in Indochina, in Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam.
Because of our policy. And I think that's what's happening.
Because of the totalitarian policies of the communist dictatorships that took over once we left. But that's, look, whatever the cause.
We broke those countries, and what happened as a result of our policy choices. I think it's important to look at what George Bush is trying to do. He's trying to flip the moral equation and say, what I'm is the right thing for the people of Iraq. And I think we all need to look at what he is exactly doing. He's supporting the Maliki government that is complicit in ethnic cleansing. Let's put that on the table. Let's talk about these militias that we're giving the guns to and their attacks on American soldiers and their attacks on Iraqi civilians.
So the option is what? To leave and give them free rein to commit even greater atrocities?
I think there's a caricature of what people mean when they say getting out of Iraq. We want an exit plan that includes troop withdrawals, diplomacy, economic and humanitarian commitments to the Iraqi people. We're not going to abandon the humanitarian needs of the Iraqi people. But let's be clear, George Bush is giving guns to people killing Iraqis.
He's giving guns to people killing Iraqis. We're killing Iraqis. I mean, a lot of Iraqis are dying in various ways. But there's really no debate about what's going to happen if American soldiers, the guys with guns, leave in large numbers. The lunatics on the ground in Iraq are going to kill one another in much greater numbers. Nobody disputes that. And my question to you is very simple. As a liberal, does that bother you or doesn't it?
I know that the policy the president is pursuing will make things worse when we leave. We need a policy that gets us on the right path and gets us out of Iraq, and also brings in all the parties in the region so that we can protect the Iraqi people. Because we have to be clear about something right now. Like I said before, we're giving guns to people that are killing Iraqis, that are killing Americans. They're front page of the New York Times just a few weeks ago about missing guns in Iraq. You know, arms deals to the Saudis that we know are going to go to Sunni militants that are killing Americans.
No doubt. I think there's some truth in what you say. I wonder, though, how my concern, I guess, about MoveOn.org is there's a closed-minded quality to your rhetoric. I've been against this war for a long time. I think it was a tragic mistake. I think I'll always think that. And yet I want to be open-minded enough to recognize change when it happens. And if the country is becoming more stable thanks to the troop surge, and there's evidence it is, I want to be open-minded enough.
There is no evidence that the troop surge is making things better.
Hold on. I want to be open-minded enough to recognize that. I don't think all these liberals, all these Democrats, confirmed war opponents have come back from Iraq saying, actually, we are making progress.
Well, I think you got to look at the facts on the ground. They're getting the dog and pony show from the White House, and they're having one quote out of their entire speech pulled out and spewed out of context.
That's not true.
You need to look at the facts. This is the bloodiest.
Hold on, man. Slow down. We had on this show yesterday, we had Brian Baird, Democrat, five-term Democrat from Olympia, Washington. He's a liberal, voted against the war. He's nobody's right-winger, nobody's neocon. And he came back. He didn't give a single soundbite to me. I talked to him for 6 minutes, and he said, actually, the troop surge in some ways is working.
We need to talk about the facts.
Is he lying?
Let's list the facts.
Where does he come up with that?
Bloodiest summer in Iraq yet. More Americans killed June, July, and August this year than any year since we went in. That's a fact. Right? The second factor we need to look at is Iraqi parliament on vacation. No political reconciliation in the country. Third point we need to look at, the Iraqi cabinet, 38 cabinet ministers, 17 of the 38 cabinet ministers are boycotting the government. They're not showing up for work.
But you still haven't, I'm not defending the Iraqi government, which is lame, actually criminally lame.
But the point
here's my point, and you haven't responded to it.
Force the Iraqi government to make progress.
I understand.
Things have gotten worse, not better.
But you haven't, and we're almost out of time, but just in 3 sentences, tell me what you make of these liberals and Democrats who are coming back from Iraq saying, actually, there is being progress in the sense the country is becoming more stable. Are they stooges?
That's not what they're saying.
That's what Congressman Baird said to me personally yesterday.
Well, if Congressman Baird got hoodwinked by the Pentagon dog and pony show, no, Congressman Baird's a PhD psychologist. I'm not saying he's an idiot, but he was shown certain facts. I'm presenting you facts which are, very crystal clear. Bloodiest summer in Iraq yet. More Americans killed June, July, and August. August isn't even over yet. Iraqi parliament on vacation. The cabinet ministers are boycotting the government. That is not progress. That is an utter failure of the Surge Act.
All right, Tom Matzzie, work. I don't think I moved you at all from your position, but it was nice to try. Thanks.
I'll try anytime, Tucker. Thank you.
Michelle.